Alright, it's Wooden Railway review time, and today we're going to be taking a look at the splendid red engine, James. So, here's James, everyone. So, without further ado, let's get him out of the packaging. You already know what the packaging looks like, and you all know what my thoughts are. I don't need to say it over and over again in every Wooden Railway review. And you all don't need to hear me say that this came in like that. Basically, what I did is just did some untyings before I start the review, so you all know the story. So, anyways, so here is James, everyone. So here's my thoughts on James. So before I speak my opinions, a lot of people seem to have mixed opinions about James. Some liked it and some didn't like it. Some didn't like it because of his size, and I could see why that is. When I saw James for the first time, I was a little excited, but seeing this, coming close to this James in person, when I picked this up a long time ago at Barnes & Noble, and then when I opened, and I'm like, yeah, this is something that Mattel should have think twice before releasing this. And honestly, I could see where people were coming from. Now, here's my positive thoughts. So, James has a happy face, which is not a bad thing. I think his face is decent. You got the added buffers here. Um, he's got some rivets and handrails. That's what we're gonna see in every new Wooden Railway now. He's really got some really nice details. His rivets and his side rods here, and he's got some nice details on his tender as well. His handrail, and you got that firebox glow in his cab. I really like that. This is something that we're going to see in every Wooden Railway, and I really like that. This is actually something that I don't think something that we've never seen back when Learning Curve took over. Now, the negatives. Personally, the problem I have with him is his size. And most people don't like this James as much because of his boiler. Like, he's not supposed to be the biggest tender engine. He's mostly, or not the smallest engine either. Personally, he's more of a medium-sized tender engine. Like, he's a little bigger than Edward, let's say that. But yeah, honestly, like I said, the first time I opened the box and looked at him, I'm like, yeah, this is something that Mattel should have thinked twice before releasing it. But yeah, his boiler, in my opinion, is a little big. Like, he's not supposed to be almost the same size as Gordon, but and I found it weird too that his dome is like right here. It's supposed to be like in the middle or something. And also too that I actually noticed when I opened the box. Um the back of the cab is like flat. I don't like that because in the show his cab is like the cab window what it's supposed to look like. Usually you see that in like um other Wooden Railway range. I'm not sure why they didn't do that with this James. That's kind of a letdown, to be honest. So, I don't know. So, that's my only negatives about it. Yeah, by looking at this boiler, his size, it's a little bit of disappointment. Like I said, I'm not saying that this is a horrible James, but it's more of a okay James model. Yeah, I could see where people were coming from. I've seen some reviews about James, but and also another complaint, a little complaint I have to make is it would have been nice if they added like a third wheel. I also had to double check on I also have to like look back to back on the show. James does have a six wheel on a tender. I do remember that on the other wooden railway, James, that he only has four wheels, but that's something that we're all used to. But I would have figured it would have been nice if they give him like a third wheel, or known as six wheels, like they did with Gordon and Henry. And I think this is something that we're gonna see with the others, like Edward and Emily. I would assume that Edward is also has the same issue as James. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, this is something that this is what James should have been look like. I mean I don't mean like he should look like exactly like what Mattel has done, but like make him the size of that. Make him like a medium sized James and make him all good and detailed and stuff. Like that, and make his tender approved. You know, if you know what I mean. Make this James, and then this is something that Mattel should have done like this. Like, think before twice before releasing this, and then look back at one of the other. Look at the show, and then look back at of what Learning Curve and the Tomy, and then and also Mattel could look back at one of their previous Wooden Railway James, and then go from there. I don't know. I don't know what their decision is to make him like that, but and also this is actually something that we're going to see with the same issue of Edward and Emily. And also, when I do get Edward and when I do review him, I'm gonna have the same opinion. I'm gonna have the exact same opinions that that Edward is way too long. So basically, James and Edward have long boilers. And honestly, this is something that Mattel should have think twice before they actually released it. Now, overall, it's not me saying that this is a horrible model. I really do sort of like what I'm seeing. I like the efforts on the details, the splashers, the rivets, the everything. Even the heck, I even like what they're doing with the firebox glow and stuff. I like what Mattel is doing, and also I don't mind that Mattel is giving the characters face expressions. Like, I don't mind that at all. But in so in final thoughts, this is not a horrible model. This is something that I just wish. I know I've said this multiple times, but I really wish this is something that Mattel should have think twice before releasing this. His boiler is a little big. He's not supposed to be that big. He's not supposed to be like almost the size as Gordon. He's more supposed to be a medium engine. So overall, if some of you like James, that's fine. There's a lot of people that like James, and that's totally fine. Me personally, I think this is an okay James. I'm not gonna say that this was bad or terrible. This is more of a okay James for me. Could have been better. So that's my thoughts on James. Hope you all enjoyed this review. My next review is either Percy or Rosie. Not sure. But thanks for all watching. Hopefully to continue more Wooden Rare reviews to come. And I hope you all enjoy this video. So take care.